Hey guys, welcome to week 201 of the Super Mario World RomHack races. Today's level is Lost Fire Palace by shaoshao. It's rated 6 out of 10 for difficulty, and it's shaoshao's first race level. He'd previously made a level for the Roger Gang Collab Volume 1, and his own hacks, Eyes of March and Baron of Shell. This level kind of feels like it could have come out of Baron, and I like to call it DLC for that game. Let's go ahead and get started. We're starting out here with a quick tutorial room. There's a couple of things that we need to learn. The first is that jumping on those red shells gives you a fireflower. Secondly, on-off switches can be hit with fireballs. And then thirdly, those ice blocks can be destroyed by fireballs. Throughout this level, pretty much every fireball we need to shoot is indicated by a red coin. Here we're hitting the ice that's underneath these Bowser statues so we can jump off of them into a shell jump. I can see just by the way this beetle is set up next to the shell that I'm going to need both of those shells. And it's really generous that all the shells I need to use here are beetle shells, simply because they're immune to the fireballs. So I'm learning here what happens to that shell after it goes over to the right. It gets stopped by the blue Koopa, and I can steal it from him and jump off of him at the same time. That next little bit has a lot going on inside of it. There's a couple of ice blocks up top for me to break, and I'm not totally sure at the beginning what the Yoshi is there for. The red shell is a pretty good indicator that I shouldn't have the fireflower right there, since it wouldn't actually give me anything if I jumped off of it. This is the first time I'm able to make the buzzy shell actually go through on the top. I just had to off-screen the Yoshi to respawn him. And I'm getting a better idea of what I need to do next. After I regain the fireflower again, I'm going to land on the buzzy shell. There's two ice blocks here. I fired the second fireball too far to the right to get it to actually go through. And then I'm hyper-focused to just get through there. I don't realize that there's another option for me. I definitely know that I'm going to need that shell once I get through. So my plan the next time I get there is to hold back and shoot my fireballs from afar. Damage boost onto the shell, and then use that to shell jump over top. I should also mention that there's two different kinds of spikes. The gray spikes just do damage to me, and the red spikes kill me outright. I also got a little lucky here. This shell stops far enough to the left that you can get P speed, and I'm pretty sure that you need it to get over that gap. I expected to get straight into that pipe, and I slid off the edge. I almost fell to my death. In the second section, we've got a free midway, and this part of the level is going to be vertical. There's a big ice block over to the right there. That's blocking the blue Koopa from kicking a throw block. I'll be able to spin jump off of that throw block up to the Sparky, and then I can break all of the turn blocks here. While they're being broken, it's still shooting fireballs, which drops the spring and I can get up on top of that. And we're constantly just kind of refreshing our fireflower, breaking ice blocks, and then damage boosting up to the next flower. I probably would have gotten that on the first try if I had just done a big jump off of that beetle. After we get past these Bowser statues, we're getting one last fireflower. We do a damage boost into a tight timer to get into the door. So I see the way this room is set up, it's going to have a lot of those ice blocks for me to break through. I'm expecting to not have very much time to get through it, and I'm kind of panicking here, not lining up my shots properly to actually hit the ice blocks. And it turns out the switch at the end of the room is also able to be destroyed by fireflowers. Thankfully, shaoshao is a merciful god and gave a midway at the start of this room. I've got plenty of extra time here. I just need to make sure I don't overfire. So yeah, that level was a whole lot of fun. It was pretty shell heavy, but there was nothing too difficult in it. The first half took me a lot longer, and it was just trying to figure out the section with the Yoshi, what actually needed to be done with all the shells in there. My time here was 41 minutes and 20 seconds. That put me in 12th place out of 20 racers who finished. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to keep putting out these videos showing my part of every week's RomHack race. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more here on YouTube. You can also find me on Twitch and TikTok. My links are down in the description.
It's over!